everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. We're going to be talking and discussing and giving you some information and my personal thoughts on a sci-fi action mystery thriller today here on my film and TV channel. Yeah, we're going to have a look at a film called Boss Level. Please, if you're new to this channel, push that subscribe button. Be very appreciated. If you like what you see, please push that notification so you know when these little movie reviews, I do TV drama reviews, information vlogs, what's out to buy on DVD, what's coming on at the cinema eventually, hopefully very, very soon. So please check those playlists. There's lots of stuff on there, and you will also some quizzes as well. Quizzes, forget about quizzes. Yeah, and you'll also see some stuff on my football team. If you're interested in that, please have a look at that. That's the Citizen channel on my football team, Manchester City. I do past history vlogs, city present vlogs, quizzes on there, information magazine vlogs, lots of different things. So if that's of any interest, or you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. I'll be very grateful. But if you're not interested in that, don't worry about it. There's just as much film and TV stuff as there is football stuff, so there's plenty to go at on both my channels. And obviously this is a film and TV channel. Please, all your comments are very welcome about this film or about any films in general. It doesn't really matter. And if you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every 3 or 4 days and follow and friend everyone on there. Please, thumbs up's are nice, views are nice, but you can give us a thumbs up if you like it. Please, only takes a split second. If you enjoy it, please give us that thumbs up. Yeah, Boss Level, an hour and 40 minutes, a sci-fi action mystery thriller. Had a budget of $45 million, this one. It's sort of muted about this film being done back in 2012, so it's been a long time coming. The film was originally scheduled to be released by Entertainment Studios Motion Pictures on August the 16th, 2019, but well, as in most things, was delayed, and it was actually released on March the 5th under the HULU banner. So it's obviously been released on March the 5th, 2021 by HULU under their film company or whatever they do anyway. It's got a lot of HULU links now. What's it about? Well, yeah, it's science fiction. It's a time travel sort of thing. Trapped in a time loop that constantly repeats the day of his murder, former Special Forces agent Roy Pulver, played by Frank Grillo, uncovers clues about a secret government project that could unlock the mystery behind his untimely death. In a race against the clock, Pulver must hunt down Colonel Ventnor, played by Mel Gibson, the powerful head of the government programme, while outrunning a skilled, ruthless assassins determined to keep him from the truth in order to break out of the loop, save his family, and live once again for tomorrow. Of course he does. And it's directed by Joe Carnahan. And it also stars Naomi Watts as well as Mel Gibson and Frank Grillo. Trailer. I watched the trailer after I watched the film, which is what I tend to do actually. I don't want things ruined, but a great trailer. Watch the trailer, fantastic trailer. It sort of says what it is on the tin with that trailer. So I'm going to give the trailer a very high mark for me. I'm going to give the trailer 8 out of 10 because I thought it was superb. Whether the film quite lived up to it, well, that's probably why I always watch the trailers after I watch the film, to be honest with you. Rotten Tomatoes, I quite liked it. It's got a 76% positivity rating. That's based on 51 reviews, with an average score of 6.7 out of 10, so that's not too shabby. 39 fresh and just 12 rotten. The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 78% positivity, so again, not too bad. Metacritic, they're not quite as impressed with it. There's only 15 ratings there, 8 positive and 7 mixed, giving an overall score of 55 out of 100. The Guardian's Benjamin Lee, he didn't like it. He only gave it 4 out of 10. He wrote, as the umpteenth time loop movie we've seen of late, Boss Level never offers a convincing enough argument for the gimmick to be leaned on yet again. A mishmash of better movies blended into something a little bland. CNN's Brian Lowry quite liked it, 6.5 out of 10. For those craving an action distraction, it's a reasonably entertaining way to kill time. Yeah, fair enough. IndieWire give it 7.5 out of 10. They wrote, it's a star part and Grillo commands it. Most importantly, he gets you to invest in Roy enough that even without a controller in your hands, you never feel like you're simply watching someone else play a video game. It does have that feel to it. With no pixels inside, Grillo gives Boss Level the thing most video game movie riffs lack. A pulse. Well, there you go. Kind words from IndieWire. User rating, yeah, Metacritic users is only 8, not a vast amount. 7 positive and 1 mix, so you got an overall 8.1 out of 10, so that's not too bad. Yeah, let's go on to Internet Movie Database. Joe Public, you and me, Yeah, it's getting 6.9 out of 10. That's not bad, is it, as I'm recording this? That's based on 8,289 scores left and reviews. A couple of quotes. Fun and funny movie. Hayos Tuposto wrote on the 8th of March 2021. He gave it 9 out of 10 and said, I didn't expect much from this movie based on its reviews, but I must say it's very entertaining and funny. Don't expect deep philosophical thoughts about changing the destiny and making wrongs right, but you will undoubtedly enjoy this explosion of action, absurd dying and funny one-liners. Groundhog Day action movie, said someone else. It's Groundhog Day, it's The Edge of Tomorrow, it's John Wick, it's Kill Bill. Hey, all those melded into one. Someone else, a great action sequencing with a cool storyline. Someone wrote Die Hard meets Groundhog Day. Yeah, someone else wrote Groundhog Day, John Wick and Deadpool rolled into one. So a lot of positives. There were some in-betweenies and negatives. Some David Law on the 6th of March 2021 wrote, meh, 4 out of 10. It was okay. One of those films you watch on a boring Sunday and forget shortly thereafter. Anyone who rates this above a 6 obviously has a connected interest in doing so. I think you're a little bit wrong there, David, but there you go. This is no John Wick, said Buffy Cullen on the 6th of March 2021. No John Wick or Edge of Tomorrow. I'll give this 2 out of 10. She only give it 2 out of 10. Buffy, I assume it's a girl. This is brainless action movie. Great special effects and some funny moments. The story's so thin and boring. I really wanted to like this movie because I like the actors in it. I was bored after the first 15 minutes. I don't think you really wanted to like it, to be honest with you. And if you like the actors, I don't think you would have this opinion. I felt it was a complete waste of time. There are so many other great action sci-fi movies out there. Well, point me in the direction, please. I'll be very, very interested. And finally, someone else wrote, poor movie, 2 out of 10. That was Anarita Pinto on the 7th of March 2021. And they wrote, a main actor is terrible. Nope. The whole script is very bad. Not particularly. And it looks cheap. Nope. Super cheap. Definitely nope. One of the worst movies even for 2020. So I have no idea why that person has a downer on it. I don't think anything, I certainly don't think this movie would rate a 2 out of 10 from anybody. So I but I had to show that for balance anyway. Yeah, my little thoughts. Yes, it is. Yes, it is very forgettable. It won't last long in the memory. You know, I'll forget it tomorrow. But certainly one of the most entertaining sci-fi action romps for a while. All right, it's not exactly low budget, so I'll give it that. I mean, I've watched some pretty low budget ones who've been a little bit boring lately. But yeah, so for the budget, you would expect a half decent effort. I think this is a half decent effort. I do love time loop stuff, I must admit. Always my favourite things, whether it's sci-fi or comedy with Groundhog Day or horror with things like Happy Death Day. I even like Happy Death Day too, I thought that was alright. And especially the Star Trek. I'm a big Star Trek fan. If you watch any of my early vlogs when I did a special on Star Trek, yeah, I mean, certainly the time travel loop stuff, getting stuck in a loop day after day, is some of my most popular storylines in the Star Trek franchises. So yeah, I was happy with this. I was happy how it started. I was happy with I did watch the trailer afterwards. I mean, I would have been like, oh, this is fantastic if I'd watched the trailer first. But yeah, a lot didn't like the little voiceover of Mr. Grillo explaining what was going on. To me, I thought that was absolutely perfect. I couldn't be bothered. Whether my brain was a bit mushy, I'm not too sure, but I had other things to do as well, and I thought it was ideal. I didn't particularly want to figure out everything for myself. It was nice to be told as you went along what was going on. Certainly for the first 99% of the film anyway. And though I'm not an action film fan, I did enjoy the action sequences, but I'll have to let you into a little bit of secret. I did like it, and I did like the action sequences, I did like the storyline, but I did watch it in 2 parts. I sort of, well, 2 big chunks. I might have even watched it in a couple of little segments as well because of time constraints I had. So that might actually help in this. I think if it'd been an hour and 33 in one go, I perhaps might not have liked it as much, but I think it's still okay, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I did cheat a little bit. So if you wanted to watch this hour and 30, so give yourself a 45-minute segment, treat it as an mini episodic sci-fi, two 45-minuters, watch it in 2 parts, and you just a little idea, and you might enjoy it a little bit more. But I say it's okay. I'm not going to say you're not going to enjoy it if you watch it in one full go. It would have been nice to see a bit more of Miss Watts, Naomi Watts. I do like Miss Watts. Grillo was entertaining enough, though. He was on screen most of the film, and he was entertaining enough and a good watch. I'm not his biggest fan, but I do quite like some of his stuff. And there's some great backup characters as well. Some other great, including Mel Gibson, of course. I thought Mel Gibson was okay. He was fine in this, but there's some other little characters who come into it are quite good back up. Yeah, we get to the downer on me. I did say before about 99% of the film, didn't I? Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but the ending did sort of ruin it for me. And it is, as I said, I'd sort of been cajoled through this and told what was happening by the actors and by the voiceover, etc., etc. And all of a sudden, they expect you to read a little bit into the ending. And I wasn't really, my brain isn't really in gear to do that. So I wouldn't have minded, obviously, being walked through the ending little scenes as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was a bit disappointing for me. I just wanted an end that's perhaps tied everything up. And you don't always get that, do you? Let's face it, science fiction. You're not going to get everything that ties everything up. It doesn't make sense anyway. Time travel, does it? Let's be honest. At the end of the day, it certainly doesn't make any sense to me. You certainly couldn't time travel, otherwise we'd be bumping into them left, right, and centre now, wouldn't we? But there you go, from people from the future looking at the past. But yeah, I mean, unless you can do it as a ghost or not be noticed. Or anyway, I digress, obviously. Yeah, I do want things to be sort of tied up. And as I say, the ending for me sort of was a bit of a letdown. I was lulled into the fact I'd be straightforward. I'd know what was going on. I even went onto the internet to find out if someone could tell me what the ending sort of meant, even though I could make, like any of us can, we can make our own judgments and our own thoughts. But yeah, I think after that film of, as I said, telling us exactly everything that was going on, basically, through without having to work too hard, it was a bit of a pain in the arse with the that final climactic scene, if you like. I even watched the credits open. There's going to be a little bit at the end that I might have missed, but hey, there you go. So yeah, allowing for that. Say, it didn't totally ruin it for me. I mean, it did little. I am going to knock a point off because, as I said, after all that investment of two, it took me two goals of watching this. After all that investment of watching this, I was a bit. I'm going to knock a point off for the ending, unfortunately. So. Sadly, a 7.5 out of 10, which is up there in the echelons, isn't it, as far as my scores are concerned, becomes a 6.5 out of 10 for the film. Still very watchable, though, so don't be put off. As I say, there are some negatives, but I don't think there's too much wrong in a throwaway sci-fi, which is what this is, to be honest with you. It's not going to live long. There are talks of a sequel, which is okay, fair enough, but if it's more of the same, it will get perhaps a little bit long in the tooth. But it was quite clever, quite clever in parts, and it did. I never got bored with it, which you can do with it. Even Groundhog Day, I love it with. Obviously, I love that with Bill Murray in it, but it does get a little long at times. And this didn't quite. This sort of kept me really interested because just as it started to get a bit repetitive, it added a little bit extra. I think it was perfectly timed and perfectly put together in that way. So all credit to the script writer, etc., for not getting too overburdened with certain things and moving on quite quickly. So yeah, I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. The poster, yeah, there's a couple of posters on there. The posters are all right. I mean, I'm going to call it. What shall I give the poster? Yeah, I'll give the poster similar. I think it's one of those I'd have in the background there. So I'll give the poster 6.5 out of 10 as well, the same as the film. I'll make that a draw on that. And the trailer, yeah, as I said, was 8 out of 10, wasn't it? But see, not many films live up to the trailers. But I'm so glad I watched it afterwards because I might have that 6.5 might have dropped to a 6. Who knows? But there you go, 6.5 for the film. Anyway, that's the main crux of the thing. Anyway, let me know your comments, what you think, or what you thought of this film, or any other films. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps you have a flit across, have a look at my Citizen Football channel. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.